Alright, hey y'all, it's Ep.41. We're back here today in Minecraft. It's good to be back in Minecraft. We're gonna see how see how things go. I've had a little trouble streaming here recently. I did get one out the other day, so that's good. Didn't crash at all. Again, not the game, the stream. But we're here today in Minecraft. Last Minecraft video came out, it was only about 15-20 minutes. Again, the quality was not good, uh, unfortunately, and yeah, the stream died, like I said, about 10-15 minutes in. Hopefully that doesn't happen today. Hopefully we're good to go, but we'll see how things work out. First of all, you may be noticing a little bit of a different look to me. Yes, that's right. I'm feeling very coppery. Feeling very coppery. I'm like a nice Abe Lincoln. I'm a penny here. Anyway, so yeah, last episode we were supposed to be working on, learning about copper. I tried to learn about copper like a couple weeks ago. Unfortunately, I didn't realize the actual update wasn't out yet. So last video I said to myself, well look, we'll turn experimental on and we'll play with copper. We played with copper just a little bit, and then again, she died. But that's okay. You can see we got the copper armor made. We got to put it on. You can see my diamond sitting back there on one of the mannequins. And yeah, let's check out the gear. We'll see kind of what it looks like. You can see I tend to clip through it. Your outfit kind of is going to affect that. My boots and my little decoration on my arm are just a little too much for the. Doesn't work in diamond or any other armor either. It glitches through, but you can kind of see my little tips of my boots on the copper. But yeah, let's go over some of the stuff going on. So let's talk about the days played. We have those up there, and it's kind of a way to keep track of just what's been going on in the background. So the last episode of the day was 225, even though I played about 5 days before this one. Honestly, I've played probably like 6, maybe even 7 hours of Minecraft since the last episode. To be completely honest, um, yeah, I got bored and couldn't. My schedule changed. I was up late. Didn't seem like a good time to stream. I wanted to play some Minecraft, so Minecraft got played. I'll show you everything that we built and made advances for here on the old farmstead. Mostly working on experience and emerald farming. I've been talking about that in the past few episodes, how we wanted to get a few more, I started calling them settlers, villagers going, so we could have a few more trades. So when we are going over there to do our trades, we're making a little bit more cash. But yeah, we've been, like I said, been working on the copper stuff. So my gears here, we'll go over that. I had this one out for kicks and giggles because I wanted to see if it would change color. Now, obviously, I don't research a ton of this stuff before I start playing. So yeah, that's why I didn't know that the copper wasn't totally out, and that's why I don't know that copper gear apparently is always going to look like this. I thought it might be cool if it turned green, or if you could kind of get it in one of the in-between, kind of rusty-looking colors. And I've been running around with my copper sword out too, because I thought, well, hey, maybe that'll change color too. But been a couple days, done some fishing. You can see my XP is getting up there, and yeah, no, doesn't appear to change. It does look cool. Basically, there's not a ton I can show you, but everything's just a little bit below iron, right? So we got a +5 attack on our copper sword, so I'm guessing iron is like a +6 maybe. Our diamond is a +10. So, about half of a diamond, a little better than leather and chainmail, I suppose. The gear, anyway. I don't know if it gives you, does it give you stats when you take it off? No. Let's go to I don't think it's going to tell me in here either. Yeah. But as far as like again, one set of armor, but we got a complete set of copper tools if we want. You can see here. We'll put the copper sword, in my hand. There we go. Grab the pickaxe. I actually like the color. I like the look of it. Um, the fact that it's just a little less than iron, obviously, like lore-wise, that makes sense. You know, like reality-wise. But honestly, you know, I almost feel like, well, I guess I don't want to break the whole game. I feel like they should have knocked iron up a level and then maybe have iron levels on copper, right? So if copper sword hits for 6, then now wait, if an iron sword hits for 6 and a copper sword hits for 5, then an iron sword hits for 7 and a copper sword hits for 6. That would, but early game armor is particularly if you're having trouble on your map finding iron, maybe you're in the desert and or the ice and you've got to dig for it and you're just having a hard time. But copper is still going to be pretty much everywhere. Boom! You know, you're ready to go pretty quickly. So that's cool. Let's see. I'm going to put my real clothes back on. After I toss them on the ground. I've been playing other games. Triangle usually isn't the way. Alright, let's get the mannequin redressed. My guards here. Right. They look pretty cool. Alright, I slept recently, so we'll use the night a little bit. It's not too dark. Ladies and Jacobins, boys and squirrels, people of all types and ages. We got a smelter. That's right. Now, it's not really a super smelter. Hey, buddy. You can see we've been working on some experiments. I'll go over that. Oh, God. Oops. Here in just a minute. We need a trap door there, don't we? Anyway, I wanted a smelter set up. I wanted it for experience, right? And also just to speed the process up. So now we've got 4 furnaces, 4 blast furnaces. I'm sorry, 4 smokers, 4 blast furnaces, and 4 regular furnaces. Currently, we've been trying to get a few things done while I was getting things set up. We don't really. I was cooking a little bit of metal and everything over here. Because I needed a bit more iron, because you're never going to believe how much iron this took. So, and you're like, pizza, 6 hours, 7 hours worth of gameplay, what were you doing? Well, I kept chopping down that jungle tree, that jungle tree, that jungle tree back there, and then the dark oak as well. I did remove, I don't know if I got all the creaking hearts, but I removed some of the creaking hearts. So maybe I can be out here at night a little bit, you know. But yeah, we've been beating these guys up. I planted a third. Then we got 4 and 5 back here, just some extra dark oak I wanted to have around. But yeah, chopping down trees just over and over and over again. To get just tons of charcoal to get this set up, but also all the wood to make all these chests. Now I figured it out, and if I'm correct, to set this up, right? So chests like these, like straight up double chest, or single chest, there's 36 chests, right? To make this whole thing work, there's 36 hoppers. You need 36 chests to make 36 hoppers because each hopper has one chest in it. So that means we needed over 70 odd chests just to make this. Plenty of iron, of course, to use in all the hoppers. We have hoppers here, hoppers in the back. Let's see. Fuel goes in there. So right now, each one of these has 63, 64. We guess we're a little uneven on our numbers. Boom. We pop the dried kelp in there. We should say 64, right? So it sits in there, and then what it'll do is it'll store itself back here in this bottom hopper. So now we got 14 ready to go to either one of these two. Now on this smoker, we just started using it a little bit, and I went ahead and I used some of the charcoal that I made up. You can see we've got charcoal in all of these. Then we have some charcoal left down here from, basically these furnaces are their main use is going to be making charcoal. An overflow. We got, yeah, a little bit of spare in the back in the hoppers. But that's been going pretty regularly. Anyway, boom, there you go. Over here, I watched a video or two on how to get these guys set up so that they use the chest and the what we put in here, and then it brings it over here. The problem that I found is that what's messing them up are all these other chests. They're too close. So he doesn't really know what to do. So all he really does is put stuff in this chest. He's too confused. He can't go to these. He basically wants to walk through the wall and try to get over there, right? Which is not how this works. But I did kind of figure out how they work out here. And let's see, let's grab a few pumpkins. And we'll put the other little guy to work. So basically, I like it. I can see it working, especially if I build something down below. I'll say this. In the dungeon. But basically, I'm going to throw these in here. Like, once he's, there he goes. He's grabbed him. And now see, here's the problem. And there's a reason I had to take the chest down from inside because he kept trying to go inside. But this chest is within his range, right? So he wants to check that. Now he's looking for other chests. Now once he figures out which one it's in, he locks in and like he'll just stay on it throughout like the rest of the session, right? But now he's going to work his way over to these chests. That's not pumpkin chest. Oh, no. Then he'll work his way over to the next chest. Hopefully he doesn't come back. There we go. And that's where pumpkins go. Boom. He'll drop them in there. And then he's going to go grab pumpkins again. Oh, wait. Did I give him 16? Oh, they can carry 16 at a time. If there had been more pumpkins, he'd have beelined it right back to this one. This is kind of a trade box I'm setting up. With the various trades we need to make for my various merchants. And it's kind of nice to just run by here with a pile of junk from farming and just chuck it in the chest and let him do his thing. So he'll feed into this one, this one, this one. And let's say I want to throw a bunch of eggs into the copper chest over here. I'll walk over here and I'll put the eggs in here as well. So its range, it, it, it's the setup has to be kind of weird, I think, because otherwise, I've watched a few videos. I've watched Mumbo Jumbo. I've watched some Azuma Void. I think Waddles. Anyway, I've been watching people mess with them, and I've seen the inherent issues with them right this second, and I've seen it in practice now. And I thought I could. So I thought if maybe I had my copper golem in here, trapped, and he couldn't get over here, he just focused on the ones that he could get to. But he spends all his time really just trying to get over here, gets frustrated. Even if this sand, right? So if I take that out and that, right? And we put, oh, here, we'll take all the sand out, right? I'll show you how this works. And we'll put the sand in this one. And then we'll toss it back in here. Even though we should be putting the sand in this chest, you can see he's just going to shove it all in this front chest here for some reason. So him not having access to these chests over here basically breaks him, and it makes it this is the only chest that he'll dump into. Now what's interesting, I was thinking about this though, if I had this chest hooked up, so if I had this set up, right, and I had hoppers underneath leading to other chests, I could kind of work this out, but it'd only be for a set of items for one particular chest. Yay, smelter works. But when we have it set up in a place, and I mean these are pretty far away. If I have him set up in a place where he's working on his own, down in the basement, if you're like, pizza, quit. So if I built it in here, I'd probably need to get rid of this, right? Or I need to build it in one of the other rooms. Now this became the mine and the mine entrance, so probably not the best spot over here. But we do have the rooms that I've sort of already built out. I just don't know if I don't want it that far away. There's Skelly Farm in here. Enchanting. Fishing pond for me to fish in while I'm waiting for skellies to drop. We got the entrance to the Skelly Farm there. But we do have a couple of these rooms already kind of dug out. But I just feel like it's a really far ways for me to go. To throw some stuff in some chests. And honestly, I'd like it just down here. Maybe dig this out, set them up, right through here. But the problem is, there are some chests around on the old watermelon farm here. We might go to, see, yeah, basically dump this, break this chest or whatever. Set them up through here with this row. It's still kind of a pain in the butt not having them up on the surface, but that's the only way I can think of so I can still have chests set up here. For me. I miss this chest very much. And this obviously isn't very efficient. It's just convenient for now, and me trying to play with the golem to see. Basically, I was trying to see. And this is kind of the stuff that was inside in the other chest. But just kind of seeing how he works and what his tracking's like, how far the range is. So again, yeah, he walks over here. If I put something new, he'll walk over there and look, which is not particularly convenient. All right, Emerald City. Why is this episode called Emerald City? Well, we were having trouble with the emeralds because there are trades for like our mending book. Our mending book's like 38 emerald trade. The Fortune 3 book is like a 36 emerald trade. And so basically, particularly mainly the mending is very expensive. There's other items, of course, that would be nice to have some emeralds to spend on. Thirsty. And so since I at least have the copper golem, I have this figured out. I just don't particularly think the execution of it's great right now. I'm kind of hoping that there's a little fix, little change, little update maybe that comes along to it. But yeah, for right now, they need to be isolated. They need to be in an area where they're only their chests basically to work on. They are going to have to be far enough apart from each other that they don't try to cross. So like if I built another row of chests and another copper golem right here, even if I stick them into like a row where they're trapped, they're still going to break because they're going to want to come over to this chest, and this guy's going to want to come over to this guy's chest, and I think they're just going to end up dumping everything into the closest chest to them. I feel pretty confident that's what's going to happen. But anyway, so yeah, so we're setting up another big trade. Session with our box here. Let's go smack whatever sugar cane we can get. Now I was thinking about this, especially now that I got the emerald game pretty locked down. We're gonna make some cash today. I'm gonna show you guys how to get a ton of experience in emeralds, all at the same time. And why are emeralds important in Minecraft, period, but especially to pizza in the way that I play or prefer to play. Expanded the sugarcane farm. Again, I thought about automating this, but the trick is eventually it's going to end up kind of like the watermelons, where I'm just going to end up with a ton of excess, Chucking sugarcane down a lava hole, basically. Anyway, how you guys doing today? I hope you're out there having a good day. I hope you're doing what you want to do. I hope things are going well. Pizza's having a great day. I'm off today. That's why we're having a nice morning broadcast. Been a while since I've been able to do one in the morning. Like I said, my schedule's been different. My schedule changes in late summer and early spring, basically. And I end up having a lot more nighttime stuff. But anyway, so this guy, he's working, and he went ahead and he's trying to figure out where the paper goes. Paper goes in this box. There you go. He dropped it off. Boopity boop. He goes back up there. Now, it's really slow, right? And he only takes 16 at a time. Oh. Now, yesterday he was locking in on the box. He didn't have to keep checking them over and over again. But you'll see this level 17 here change in just a second. There you go, level 33. See? Uh, but what's nice is if you're out here farming and I've got potatoes, carrots, some fish, some papers, and netherwood all in my pocket, I can just toss it all in here, and it'll slowly put it away for me as we're going along. But we're gonna pop over to the cows first and show you a ton of cows. Right, we got a lot of cows for a good reason. And we also have some pigs coming along. We should probably maybe do another here. That's what we'll do. We'll do the pigs. Let's go to the trade box and grab a stack of potatoes. And so what we need a ton of experience, right? Because we're putting mending books on. Oh, let me show you the gear. Let me show you the gear. Sorry, guys. Go back to your business. Don't worry about me. Uh, Lots and lots of farming, lots of experience farming, and I'm gonna demonstrate just how much experience we get from this farm here. Lots of experience farming. In fact, to enchant my helmet, the last enchantment that I put on was mending, and it took 34 emeralds. I mean, 34 levels. I don't think I can enchant it past that. I think if I try to, it's like my sword with the fire aspect. I think once it gets to a certain level, it's unenchantable. You just don't have enough levels. The game says no. But yeah, this was 34 levels. I'll go through all the gear and tell you what things were getting so expensive towards the end. But we went from Respiration 2 to Respiration 3. We got Aqua Affinity, Protection 4, Unbreaking 3, and now Mending. Chest plate. Re-rolled a chest plate twice, got thorns. I couldn't believe it. Gotten really lucky on some of the rolls. So we got a new chest plate that has thorns 3, Protection 4, Unbreaking 3, and Mending. So I think my other chest plate just had Protection 4 on it. I got Thorns 3 and Unbreaking on the roll, and we added Mending to it. Pants pretty much the same. Thorns 3, Fire Protection 4, Unbreaking 3, and Mending. This is the only piece of gear that I have Fire Protection on. I know people say just go Protection 4 all the way. I like a little extra fire protection, especially since I'm not great when I'm down there in the nether and whatever. So just that tiny touch more makes life a little better. Boots, Feather Falling 4, Depth Strider 3, Protection 4, Unbreaking 3, and Mending. So clothing is pretty much in game right now. Got everything on, everything that I want, right? Can't think of anything else. You know, I can stick on this particular set. So my first set of diamond armor is ready to go. We're good for nether. We're good for end. We're good for fighting the dragon in this. I'm happy. Maybe a little more, maybe a dragon fighting outfit that's fully thorns. But I honestly I find it hard to get thorns in anything other than pants or chest plate. Oh, I do have a book though. I did fish up a book with thorns 2 on it, I think. Tools fully enchanted. We got Unbreaking 3, Silk Touch, Efficiency 4, and Mending. Now we could get up to Efficiency 5. Efficiency 4 is fine. We got Fire Aspect 2, Sharpness 3, Looting 3, Knockback 2, and Mending on this. This is a beast of a sword. I wish it had better sharpness on it, obviously. Because we would get faster kills, like maybe 1 and 2 hit kills, instead of relying on the flame to kill them. But the sword is made. Or it's Orb Stealer, what are you going to do? And then we get the Fortune 3 pickaxe. We've got a Sharpness 4 and Mending Diamond Axe. And then if we go to the chest where I keep my spare crap, just like literally spare crap, we've got a new sword. And you can see this one has Sharpness 5. So we got Unbreaking 3, Sharpness 5, Looting 3, and Mending. I'd like to get unbreaking on it, and then that sword is basically done. I don't want flame on it or fire aspect, whatever. Which one do you get for fire aspect? I don't want it on here. One, it would make it really expensive to put more or anything else on it. And two, I don't want to instant cook all of my food. I want to cook it myself. And we'll go over here. Why short? We got the Silk Touch Axe for the watermelons. The Super Shovel, which actually should be in my inventory. Not sure why that's in there. Fortune 3 mending. Everything's got mending on it now. You can see we've been working like... I have been down. I've been fishing, and I've been down in the Scully farm. But even then, I've chopped so many trees that the axes still haven't quite caught up. It is nice to have gear. I think in the last episode I was wearing iron pants. No, maybe I'd had the new mending on there yet. Yeah, maybe. And then, of course, we got my magical golden hoe, which I use for all the farming. Alright, where's the moon? Above me? Yeah, we still got time. Okay. So, piggies. Yes, yes. So let's demonstrate one way to get experience on a farm like this. We're just going to walk amongst our friends here, pulling the left trigger. You can hear the XP. Watch the bar grow. We're just over 31. Hey, there's one piggy that didn't have a friend. There we go. Come on, you guys. There's plenty of room. Hook up. Oh, no. No. There's one random pig out here. Still breed. Yeah. Try to get them together. Come on, guys. Come on. There you go. Quick. Time's going to run out. Yeah. So now we're over half, you know. You do that with those guys. This is going to get crazy, by the way. Because let me tell you something. It's lagging pretty hard because there's a lot of animals on this map right now. And a lot of them are in here. Hey guys. Hungry? Now, all the chickens in here are from eggs. I kid you not. I just started emptying out the eggs from my egg chest. You saw there was still a ton of eggs in there. This gives me a good pile to breed with, right? And you gotta remember, there's like 40 chickens stacked into this one chicken. But sometimes you really gotta kind of walk them around the square. I started to say square hole. I've been watching a lot of Past Life. To get everybody in their loving, feeling mood. That's probably good enough. We're over 32 levels just like that, right? Sorry, one sad and lonely chicken. That's just how nature works sometimes. I don't know what to tell you. So what I could do, if I'm feeling lazy, which I am right now, is just toss all these eggs in here. I can toss these seeds in here because I've got seeds in the box, and he'll just, while I'm busy doing everything else that I want to do, he'll figure that out. Isn't that awesome? That's why I like it. That's why it's convenient to have him up here. I don't really know if I like him like just right up in here though. But it's something, and I've been using it, and I like it. I like it. I do. I like it. I like it. Like I said, convenience-wise, just running by and being like, all right, I'm gonna stick all the pumpkins and melons in here. I ain't gotta worry about it. Pretty handy, got to say, pretty handy. So to demonstrate, we'll just run and we'll do a little bit of a chop here. You don't have anything new, right? You're garbage. He's got ice. Oh, and sand. I've been having trouble with sand. We might need to break into the emerald pile. Hold on. And suddenly everything's nice. 6 per piece. And I'm broke again. I'll take that ice. Alright. I don't know it. Alright, let's get some XP from here. Alright, we'll split the stack. Show you how this works. Alright. So when we put the lever on the furnaces, that allows me the ability to basically lock in all experience and capture it, right? So we're going to throw all 4 of these switches. And so any metal that they've already made, charcoal, the cooked fish, whatever, that experience is in here, right? And so now the glass isn't going to go through the hopper. I'm going to grab it and you'll hear me ding. Ready? Unlock that, it'll go back through. We jump over here. We're at 32 and some change. Still there. It hasn't been long since I've been collecting a lot of experience. There you go. We're almost up to level 33. And boom, we're actually over level 33. So I probably took from there and didn't take from there last time. And that's the same for all these. So if we run over to the kelp pool, skadoosh. Y'all, I was wearing the copper armor for the past couple like in-game days, right? Because I wanted to see if it was going to change color, which it doesn't. It doesn't. It's just copper. And yeah, I've tried using copper blocks that are already stained, and no, it doesn't work. But we can chuck our kelp into our kelp farm here. Again, recently collected, we won't get too much. Let's look at a bar. So we're just like, not even quite a quarter of a way to 33 there. There you go. But you can actually see the XP going up from the furnaces. I just wanted to show you guys that. Let's cheat. Ugh, lag. There's a lot of animals. This game's pretty decent about the lag. A lot of times it's just when it's saving or some other stuff, but when you got a lot of chickens going on, I don't know, you got a lot of chickens going on. Alright. So you can see by breeding the animals, we get experience every time we breed the animals. And then, of course, we're going to get more experience from them from both cooking the food, right, and now trading some of the meat with butchers, or a butcher. Right. Crops turn into XP. XP helps me do more stuff, and crops also turn into emeralds, which also helps me do more stuff. Stuff. Stuff is the plan. All right, let's grab some gear, some loot. Let's go. Let's go paper first. I think I need to get some potatoes over yonder. And some fish. We're going to use our trusty donkey friend. You know what? Let's give him a name, right? Starting to feel bad. This guy's because this guy's become super useful. You can see why right here. I mean, I still got 2 slots. Excuse me, hold on. Alright. I did almost just that. Alright, so we still got 2 slots on him. I think we'll do 2 sets of carrots, or whatever carrot. Yeah, 2 sets of carrots. We're going to take some nether wart over. We're going to take some clay. We get some more melons and pumpkins over there. Another salmon. I think I'm pretty good on clay, honestly. I think I have some sitting over there. Well, let's go. I expanded the clay farm, by the way. If it's not immediately evident. Perfect. You really get around, donkey. So many wrong buttons. Move, sheep. Let's get the puffers, and then I think I have enough tropical fish for like a trade. I've been fishing, been cleaning out the fishing buckets. Recently took a bunch of stuff out of here. Oh, trip hooks. I can use those. I don't know if I can use them here. Tropical fish. Really? Maybe I already moved them. Hopefully. But I have been fishing. I cleaned out some of the bows and some of the spare fishing rods. Make room for books. This was the latest book I got. That was super awesome. And then we got 5 things on it. Projectile protection 4, sharpness 3, unbreaking 3, knockback 2, and loyalty 3. I'll leave the string for here. Yeah, I basically... I guess I could check in the basement. I'm hoping I already moved them somewhere or took them over there. Because I'm pretty sure I had more than that. I mean, there's a nice amount. My tripwire hooks. Inventory's full. Let's go make some money. And experience. That's the important part there. What's great about doing it this way now. Is it the most efficient way? Absolutely not. I should have a bunch of automated farms making my life easier. But I like doing it this way. Pizza likes the old-fashioned way. I don't mind building farms, but sometimes you don't need it. And in this playthrough, I mean, you know, we're pretty well stocked. I'll show you why and how here in just a minute. Yeah, you really got to get the full jump to get out of here with the donkey. Oof. Well, we'll fix it here in a minute. Save ourselves a little hunger bar. I saw my hunger bars going down, so I try to use the horses, the gas, and the donkey and everything as much as possible. Well, let's just start with some trades. I don't have any place to put the emeralds right this second. Where's my other guy? Here we go. Pick those up. Cool. Yeah, I got more than enough clay for a good while. You know, I just need, well, 100 per trade because there's two of them, but they do 50 apiece, basically, so. That's good. Let's go see the cleric. That's a new fellow. Hey, buddy. Yeah, we can trade Netherwort, and since I have Netherwort farm, this just gives me one more way to get emeralds, and a nicer way. I mean, if I was living in the desert, man, we'd be words. It'd be all glass bottles, right? Uh, Gold is a decent trade. The problem with rotten flesh is he wants 32 apiece. That's a lot of zombies. If I had a zombie farm, usually I trade gold, but now we can trade Netherwort. Still have some for potions. Damn it. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You live here. Too hard to mess with that guy. Alright, let's throw this in here for now. Alright, let's go talk to some of the newer traders we got running around here. There we go. Working on some fishermen. We've got them up to expert level. Let's do those two trades. There we go. Now he's up to master. Now I can start trading out some of these puffer fish. Quick, easy trade. I've got a couple stacks of them. And then we got more fish in the donkey, which I forgot to secure because, yeah. This is so dumb. You know, the gas says it's 64 block range, wandering radius. With my donkey, with my chest full of stuff, look how stupid this is. Look where I left him. Look where he is now. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. You get tied to the well. I hope you fall in the water. Oh, I really don't, actually. That would be annoying. Here. Get over here. Come on. Yeah, that makes so little sense to me. Alright, they're going to bed. That's how long this took. Oh, no you don't. Come here. Alright, so we have two farmers that trade potatoes now, so I gotta be kind of careful. Maybe it's a good thing they're going to bed. I think this is my other tater farmer. Let's see if I can catch him out. Oh. Okay, well, we got as many taters as we could. Well, if there were taters, I'm gonna put this. Make a little room. Like so. Alright, so we got an armorer over here who sells boots and a helmet, right? So that's good. Prices are pretty cheap, 21 and 13 emeralds, really not bad at all, right? Now, if you look, bleh, sorry, if you look at the enchantment, protection line, depth strider one, I mean, whatever. For 21 emeralds or 13 emeralds, I could go buy myself, let's see, that's 34. Right now, I could buy boots and a diamond helmet. I don't have to go mining. I don't have to worry about diamonds. Heck, I can even come get a shield if I want one. Um, grab those, start working on these. Thank you, drive through. Actually, you know what? Let's just let's speed this up a skosh. Yeah, I didn't even see him go outside. All right, let's go ahead and we won't worry about any more potatoes, but at least let's get these trays. There she is. We just need one more farmer. And the farmers are out of the way. All right, so I already traded with this guy. We'll leave him alone. Nice. All right, and then let's see. I already put my old emeralds away, right? Yeah, we had like one left. So coming over here, I mean, as you can see, we've already got over a stack of emeralds, and we really are just kind of starting the trades. So we want the other fisherman. There we go. Sir, I think. I mean, do I have any? Hello. What are you looking at, buddy? Oh, I do have more salmon. Of course. Oh, I hate you guys. Move. There we go. All right. So now we got pufferfish back in the game. And he's up to level master, so we can trade pufferfish, boats. I mean, all that is, I mean, think about it. Just some wood. And I got another 5 trades every single time I come over here. So every time I come over here, I got easy boat trade. Because I fish so much, I usually going to have salmon and cod. And then we've got string. Oh, let's see. Cartographer guy, we got glass. I cooked a bunch of glass last time, so I can make emeralds from him. And paper. We got a Fletcher now, so we've got an easy stick trade. That makes life a little easier. I didn't bring any sticks with me, but we'll slowly get the sticks up. But also he sells arrows, which is nice. Now, if we didn't have a Skelly farm, this would be S tier, right? And the hope is that he sells like poisoned arrows or something like that. I pretty much ransacked all my gravel, so work our way to that. Alright. But I'm not really too, you know. Here, we'll trade with him. Why not? He's here. We got paper trades. That's a very popular spot. Okay. I need to get some more glass over here. I was gonna be like, look and see, here's another trade we can make with him, but we do have a little bit. I want to make the most out of everything. Originally, my plan was to have all these guys trapped. What is he doing in here, you weirdo? Oh, he's got an Invisipot. As I say, I don't think they go in. Choices have been made. I don't know what to tell you. Come here. Move. Move. Huh. All right, we got a weaponsmith. So we have a weaponsmith that does axe and sword, right? And then I've got a toolsmith that does shovel and pickaxe, all diamond. So again, if I want diamond gear, right? Do I need to go in the mines and find a bunch of diamonds to get a new axe? No, I need 24 emeralds. Do I need to go mining for the one diamond? No, 23 emeralds, and we've got a sharpness 2. We can take off the enchant and put whatever we want on it. All right, let's go paper, 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 paper. Hello. Huh? Right, come here. Which one are you? You are mending. Great. So I can find the other librarian. I think this is him right here. Go. Yoink. Yoink. And anyway, so I feel like I kind of got a little sidetracked on how many trades I've made and what's going on with who. But we've got almost a stack and a half. And I don't think I have any stone on me, do I? but not enough. So I can make stone trades, granite. Granite. I've been watching a little too many Europeans playing the game here. And diorite, right? Which I have a ton of. More emeralds, more emeralds, more emeralds. I could have brought more with me is my point. Here, let's get everything out of the donkey for sure. We do have more paper. Nice. Huh. Had 13 emeralds just sitting in this chest. Here's my gold for trades. Not much gold left though. But you know what? Let's go ahead and do it anyway. Since this guy's in bed, he won't try to run away. That was 35 levels right there, you guys. And as you can see, we got nearly 2 stacks of emeralds. Boom. Just like that. No big deal. We didn't get every trade we could do here today. We could have brought some coal. We could have brought some flint. We could have brought some more iron, etc. I thought he looked cracked, but I guess not. So yeah, you know, we have options. We aren't necessarily exercising. And we're not quite done yet because I did a little work. Like I said, 6 to 7 hours, maybe even 8. Who knows? Quite a lot of time went by. Beats a lot of time, and thanks to the new mechanics in the game, although let me tell you what, dragging a boat on a lead through all this was a nightmare because the first time I figured out a better path. It made my life easier, but yeah, I didn't realize every one of these little things would stop you and get you stuck. Right. You're empty, right? Perfect. We got a bunch of crap in my inventory. Boop, boop. Drop that in there. Meow, meow, meow. Oh, wrong hole. Alright, let's eat the suspicious stew. Ooh. What was it, a bit of night vision, maybe? Okay. Grab a string. I think that's everything I want from here. Don't worry, there's a surprise coming. I promise. Do 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 do. Alright. That'll do for now. Let's go down into the new basement, sub-basement. Yes, we almost fell in this hole earlier. And ta-da! Pizza Zone Trade Hall. Or close enough to it, right? Yes, this hole used to be bigger. We boated people in. And now we have a new cadre of folks. Oh, so let's start with the cleric over here. I'll get rid of my flesh. Alright, and the same trades, you know, rotten flesh, gold. Gold's not to be turtles skewed, right? We bought a lot of ender pearls. There's a bunch of ender pearls in this chest. But anyway, yeah. Now he's a master. I guess he already was. But we can trade nether wart, and we can always get a bottle of enchanting. We're at level 35. You can see it. Oh, look at that. This guy right here is my Fletcher. So again, we got stick trades. We've got string trades, and most importantly, for in my opinion anyway, we've got feather trades because we got a lot of chickens, right? Uh, uh, uh. Easy 24 feathers, easy 5 emeralds and experience. He buys trip hooks, and the arrows aren't great, but they're arrows of weakness. So I was hoping something that like directly, you know, maybe wither or some damage or something like that. I'll take weakness, whatever. But we got an infinite skelly farm, and now we have an infinite emerald farm, basically. And I'm curious, I'm hoping the Fletcher in the town also gets some arrows. Then we got a new homeboy here, or our butcher. And we'll be seeing him shortly. Like very shortly. I rolled him a couple times. This is a trade I wanted. Raw pork and raw beef. Kelp, if I had a bigger kelp farm, this would be a great. And this is probably the best, except I haven't really found a biome that has sweet berries in it yet. Once we do, we'll make a berry farm. So then we got my armorer here who's got pants and shirt, fire protection 1, protection 1 on breaking 1, doesn't really matter. What really matters is the price here. You see 22 and 21. So cheap diamond gear. And then this guy also has the boots and the helmet. Boots are only 19, the helmet is only 25. So we got a double boots and helmet and shield guy, but that's fine. But down in my basement, if I got some emeralds, I can buy a whole set of emerald gear ready to go. Then we got the brewing stand here for doing our potions. There's some leftover stuff from their trades. Do have a bit more iron. That's good to know. But let's say I grab this iron, right? Uh, well, I make a couple lava buckets. We do another string and feather trade. There we go. 35 levels is what we're at now. Over 2 stacks. Remember when we started this process, we had 1 emerald left in the bag. So 2 stacks plus 2 emeralds. Just in that one trading session. And I didn't have everything ready to go. I didn't have as many trades as possible. The other thing we want to look at are the pork chops here and the beef, right? And we'll just go ahead and do that. I love it. Always try to go to sleep right as the sun's coming up. Means you get the most out of your day. You don't have to worry about those weird phantoms. Alright, so let's get, I might end up calling this one Excalibur just for kicks and giggles. Alright, everybody should be grown up. We're not going to be smacking any little... Oh, there's some little ones in there. Yeah, we'll do the chickens, maybe. Although they don't really help me for this trade, do they? I'm sure it would be helpful, though, for my frame rate. Cows, maybe? You guys grown up yet? Beautiful. Ready for the next challenge? Alright, so we got looting 3. Bang. 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 Remember, we're not cooking these. Why? Because we got a butcher in the basement that will like raw steak, right? And then, of course, we don't want to trade with him. Let's say we got just so much beef, we just don't even know what to do. Same thing with the pork chops, like more than we could possibly even use for trading. We can cook it, and you know what we can do after we cook it? We can use the lever to unlock all the experience trapped inside. We're like 1 cow away. 2 cows away. There we go, level 36. And then some. And then some more. Right, and then next up on the list, a butcher. Right? I mean, not a butcher, but a leather maker. Some guy I can trade leather with. Probably going to be bred down in the dark, scary basement underneath the barn. I was getting ready to say it, and I was like, that sounds actually kind of creepy. We should say creepy. Right. And once the piggies grow up, boom, 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 bop, 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 chop, chop, chop. We have pork chops to also sell. So let's run down there and sell the beef. And we should get at least 5 more emeralds, right? And so if we had the pork chops, which are even less, it's only 7. So if I was able to take out the pigs right now, we'd have 5 more emeralds, right? So we'd have 2 stacks plus 12. And again, that still doesn't count. I got kelp blocks. Come on now. I didn't get all the trades made, but that's just one day of trading, right? Look, I've got a stack in here from trading from before. So, my goodness, right? We can start making emerald blocks. That's a move. Yes. What a baller! What a baller! Actually, I want some emeralds. Pizza keeps his emeralds in blocks these days. What? 21 blocks of emeralds. 12 for my pocket. 11 for my pocket. Math. Math's hard. 11 for my pocket. Come on now. Come on now. We didn't even use up all the beef. So what do? We come over here. We could use it and save it for the next time, which would actually be a pretty smart idea. But just to prove the full extent of levels of the experience levels on this farm. We'll cook that up. I think I'm going to throw my nether wart in here too for now. Look at all that leather. Gotta get a leather worker. Oh, I did do some mining. We got a stack plus 16 blocks. We're sitting on a bunch of iron ore and stuff. We still got a lot of stuff to do. More gold, etc. But yeah, so we got, our steaks cooking there. We can lock these. Gets a little bit of experience that was sitting in here from the baked potatoes. And pizza's sitting on 36 levels. Remember, I think when we started, we were like either at 30 or 31. So 5 to 6 levels just from trading, breeding, taking out a few cows. The other thing we can, of course, do, and this will help a lot actually, because we don't need to trade it. This will help with my frame rate as well. There we go. Now, of course, we can start tossing eggs back in here. We got 3 new chickens already. 4, 5, just from that one stack. I found if you go back and forth and throw them quick, I get a lot of chickens. Oh, Minecraft music, I've been waiting for you. I would love it if the track just were a bit more consistent, you know. That would make my life easy. Happier. Alright, one more stack. Nice. You tell I don't trust the chickens. They're double locked behind double gates. Oh, but right back over into here. Again, chicken is not something I'm trading, right? So right into there. We can mess with my little my copper golem, the iron golem. We'll toss this small stack of feathers in this way. Oof. Crazy lag. And then chuck those in there and give him something to do for a while, and then I don't have to mess with them. So that'll cook, right? We'll get more XP from that. We can always... always use more iron, right? So we're hoping that Fortune 3 hits as much as possible. There we go. We can go over to the blast furnaces now because now they have charcoal. They didn't have charcoal before. They still don't have charcoal? Oh, they're cooking. Alright. Yeah. And then boom. We can quickly get the iron smelted and we got a little more XP coming through. I'm pretty sure I have an invis pot right here. I got 2 fire resist potions from when I was in the nether. Yeah. Yeah, one we can drink and one we can splash. Quartz, I could use a bit more. Iron is kind of, you know, it's not that great. We need a lot more. But hopefully I've demonstrated how to get an Emerald City. I think all the piggies are grown up too. Little piggy murder. I guess they never hurt anyone, but obviously the piggies. Break all my grass. That's alright. Alright, so Now we can start breeding over again. Every time we breed those piggies, what are we gonna get? We're gonna get some experience pizza. Yes, experience pizza. It's the best pizza in the world. It's delicious. Experience pizza. Let me go in here. Bing, 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 bing. You know, like those in there. Let's go do the pork chops. Give me 5 more emeralds. That much more experience. Just kind of in the old organic way. Huh. There she is. 38. And, of course, we can always throw in the pork chops. For a bit more XP on the next go round. I'm not sure where that came from. I broke something. And that, my friends, is how you get 7 to 8 levels of experience at high end. Remember, if we had been doing this, let's say we were at 0 levels, right? Each one of those orbs does a little bit more. So if we were starting at 0, so we went from 31 to 38, right? 30, 31 to 38. I would say equivalent, if I started at 0, we'd probably be around 17 to maybe 18 levels. And all we did was trade. Trade and farm and do some cooking and a little bit mess around. But let's end the episode towards doing one of the things that I just really love to do. And that's one of the best experience givers and one of the best ways to get OP in the game to this day, my personal opinion. Most OP thing you can do. So we'll do a little fishing in my beautiful little fishing pond here as I talk our way out of this episode. So hopefully, I've shown you guys, obviously your farm doesn't have to look like this. It can be whatever you want. Industrial certainly is the way to go. Having a giant trade hall slash iron golem farm is probably the best way to go, right? You get all your trades right there. Everybody's stacked. You can just go in there and all the emeralds with all your junk and then collect iron and roses while you're at it, right? But there is a way to play this game that's pretty intuitive, pretty natural, I think. And oftentimes that's kind of like the way I like to play. Like, if you want to go look at some old pizza Minecraft videos, you can see some big iron farms and some cool rail cart lines and some no-tick, sugar cane and kelp farms and all kinds of goofy stuff. But what I always loved about Minecraft, honestly, is the survival aspect of this game. I think it's one of the best survival games that's ever existed, period. And really the template for pick your most modern sandbox RPG survival game. And it can thank they can thank Minecraft for it, for existing. So there'd be no enshrouded, there'd be no survival ascended, there'd be no, this stuff wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Notch and a few voxel blocks. To be true. How we do? We got 2 books, Legacy 2 and Hi. And we start gathering more for more trades. I really want to get that other guy up to pufferfish so I can start making some emeralds on pufferfish. But folks, that's going to do it on the old Emerald City. We just keep farming, right? We keep getting the experience up. So when we get to the point where we need to make some pretty expensive, add-ons, when it takes 34 levels to put mending on your diamond helmet, well, that's good to have. Where are we going with all this, though? All right. So we got a guy. We have several guys. And we have lots of emeralds, right? Multiple stacks. And remember, in 2 days, we'll redo the whole thing. So at this point, I can get, let's say in 7 game days, several hundred emeralds to buy anything that I want and need, which includes experience. We can get enchanting bottles, lapis. If I don't feel like going in the mines, I can get lapis. I can get redstone without going down in the mines. I can get all diamond gear. That's everything but a diamond. Listen, y'all. I get everything but a diamond hoe. Okay. I can pay for it in emeralds, which I can get in just a day or two's work, and not strip mining at level 54 or whatever. Let me tell you what, that's a nice thing. And it also means that the diamonds that I have, I can use. I can make gear to roll, to try to go with, like, let's say, maybe we gotta get this nice chest plate, and I want to see if I can roll thorns. Well, all right, we can make another one out of diamond. We can repair our gear too. Pretty stout, I think. Pretty stout. Oh, we got Gas Boy back there. The copper thing, it took a little bit of work. I'm a bit more educated. I think I can come up with a system where I can at least just walk up, dump stuff, and not worry about it. This is turning to grass. That's kind of cool. This guy, I don't know. We need to relocate somewhere else. Probably down in the basement. Can we get a quick snooze before the sun comes up? So let's recap. What did you miss? Well, I built a smelter. We made some copper things. They're cool looking, I suppose. Again, early game, if this was on and I was starting a new survival run, I think it would be really exciting. I do, because I'd have that gear like day one. I usually have iron gear by day one anyway, but we could have copper gear. It would look cool, right? It'd do its thing. I'd like to find, when we find a trial chamber, enchanted copper gear. That would be pretty sick, right? I think so. So just through our chickens, pigs, and cows, we've got a ton of experience breeding, cooking them, and trading off their bits. We've got a Fletcher so we can trade the feathers. That's nice. We got another one in town. Hopefully we get another, poison arrows, or as long as they're not something goofy like arrows of slow falling. So shoot yourself and then jump off this cliff. Okay. I like the wither effect. I'd like some wither arrows, but we'll see how that goes. But I want to get multiple suits of armor, right? I want a fire resist. There's ember. I want a fire resist set of armor, right? And I want a full set of thorns if possible. Now, the full set of thorns would be fun to take into the end and just have when I'm out fighting and doing my thing. And fire resist, a full set of fire resist. Maybe like protection 4 on the helmet. But fire resist on the... maybe we go protection 4 on the helmet and the chest and fire resist on the pants and the shoes, right? I don't know. Next episode. We're sciencing, y'all. We're getting super, super duper sciencey. Like the sciencingest of all. Because I rarely ever remember potions. I want to make potions of fire resist. What else? Regen potions would be nice. So I want regen and fire resist in the nether. Because the nether, I'm not even that afraid of the end, you guys. It's just timing. It's just blocks. It's just blowing up those things and then slowly wearing down. The Ender Dragon, we can always put a pumpkin on her head or build a little space or two to hide from the Endermans. And then we're going to go look for an Ender City. Wow. And the nice thing is we have 2 guys now to buy Ender Pearls from, so we can make Eye of Enders. We have a fortress to get all the blaze rods that we can possibly ever want. I think we found 3 blaze spawners, and we managed to get 1 at least partially blocked up so I can get them to spawn basically where I want, and then pa-pow, 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 and get all that good looting. So I'm excited. And then building. As far as what's going on here, I think I need to add a couple more machines, just a few things to make my life a little easier. I've never made a tree farm, a TNT tree farm. And personally, I'm not opposed to duping. It doesn't hurt my feelings or y'all's. But if it does, I don't care. Wow, packed ice. All right. Issue being, I don't really have any frozen zones currently, so I need to get my hands on ice when I can. What for? None of your business. I ain't got no plans. Oh, what a day, huh? I got a crossbow I forgot to tell you guys about. Yeah. Well, I made a crossbow. And I used some of the mini enchanted books I fished out of the water here. We got Unbreaking 3, Piercing 4, Quick Charge 2, and Mending. She's a beast, let me tell you what. Look how quickly that loads. Boom. Get a couple of these on my hotbar and we can nuke pretty much anything that we need to. So I got that going for me. Anyway. You guys had a great episode. This was a lot of fun and it worked. I'm so excited. Yay! I came into this. I honestly usually have a better plan. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really have much of a plan because I wasn't sure this was gonna work at all. I was pretty sure me and Ember and Smoker were gonna just kind of be goofing off for a few minutes of ugly. Here's my shoes. Ugly streaming, and then it was gonna die out. But maybe we're over the hump. I don't know how it works. But yay! All right, next episode we are going to get a little more exciting. So we got a lot of emeralds and we got a lot of gear. I think in the in between times between episodes, uh, I will probably work on trying to get a new set of armor. So basically, what I want is 3 sets of armor. I want a nether set, and that's not netherite, just diamond nether gear. End fighting gear and overworld exploring gear, right? So I have those 3 sets, and then honestly, the best case scenario we get 6 sets, right? So I have 2 of each, and then maybe we get into the netherite business at some point. You never know with pizza. Hopefully, some things are coming though. Rumors say that the offhand is going to get parity with whoops, Java. So I'll be able to put my sword, or my, let's say my axe with mending on it in this hand, while I use this sword to smack skellies and get experience for that. Ta-da! That's that's the rumor. And remember, I don't really dig deep. I had to switch to experimental just to show off the copper. Le copper. We got our copper guardians now. I like them outside the barn. I was kind of hoping they were going to turn green. That would have been sick. But I don't think green armor's in it yet. Is it coming? I think it might. I think it might. I think we might end up with being able to get copper ingots that are weathered. But we'll see. Anyway. What a good day. Had a good time. You guys. I just want to thank everybody that subscribes, likes, and watch my videos and my shorts. You guys are incredible and amazing. Thank you so much. This is a fun thing that I like to do. I'd love it to be more than a hobby, but it's a great hobby. I have a great time. So, thank you. All right. That's going to do it, folks. As the sun goes down, I put my toes in the water. I don't really know this song. Anyway. Hey! Yay! All right. I'm out of here. Listen, if you happen to catch this, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you see this at a later date or time, thanks for watching. I really hope you guys have a great day, and please be good to each other.